No suit today. Oh, this hoodie, dude, it's like a blanket. So soft. It's like the best thing of all time.
Uh, by the way, does it? Okay, never mind. I'll ask you privately. I was going to ask you something about your suit, but yes, this live stream is public, and we will be inviting individuals to join us as we review the trade. I've let terms and conditions. I've left them in the Discord. Please make sure you have audio, video, and a play to talk about. We're not just going to sit there and like look at you in your Instagram filter. I
Say
mean, that's
hi.
just pretty freaking pathetic. But love you guys. We have a lot of fun here. So, let's get right into it. STV, what was your play of the day?
Lucid, baby. Lucid was the play of the
Lucid.
day, man. I mean, at open, that thing just went off like a rocket to the upside. I didn't really see much news on it. It just looked like people were buying that thing up.
Yeah.
I actually got stopped out on the first time that I entered it. So when I was
Okay.
trading it, I was looking for the rejection. I got stopped. I mean, if I'm trading dailies with a small amount, it's just like very, very tight stops. So I got stopped out of the first one, then saw the opportunity again. It looked a little bit better, and then the trade was never read. So it started to come down, 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 scaled out of my position, made it free, and then just rode it up all the way to about 750%. So
Okay.
that was the play of the day there.
Gotcha.
Let's
Lucid's been acting pretty erratic as of. Well, Lucid skyrocketed. Neo dumped.
Did it? Yeah, because I was looking at I think I was looking at Neo too. I was looking at China stocks this morning. I was like, huh, they've been looking pretty interesting for some pretty volatile moves. And oh, Neo with some death candles. Jeez. Also, everybody that's in here right now, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on this stream, it is a public one, so help us out a little bit. If you guys like these, hit that like button, helps out. Let's see. Done for the day. I'm like fishing.
Right.
Woo! You getting the link over to everybody?
Yes. 1 second. I was just typing it out, making sure I got everything set here. So
Perfect.
let's get her done. All right, this should be fun. We're gonna see who jumps in. Please have clothes on. Do not jump in nude. We're not trying to get the stream freaking. We're not trying to have that happen. Darkest Dicks, what's going on? Please change your name. And I gotta say that.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there. I call him Long because that's what his name used to be. It was Longest something, and I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna call you Long.
Oh man. Spy does not want to die, but I feel like I mean, if you look at it, it's due for a pump. Honestly, it's due for a pump. But
Yeah, it's almost the opposite of what we were looking at. I think it was 2 days ago when we were looking at that VWAP break. It could break it to the upside and run to the 200, but again, it's quad witching today, so they might just hold everything kind of where it is and not let anything go crazy, so people can get in and out of a bunch of these big derivative contracts without anything crazy happening.
True. Okay. Right, yay to quad witching. Okay, so we got Nas with a comment here. Let's see. The link is live, guys. If you want to join in, I think people are shy.
I think they are shy. Where are they? Let's see. Which you put it in market chat?
Oh yes. Okay, so we got George here. George. Here we go, man. He's looking like, what am I looking at? Like, what am I looking at? All right. So George, before we make you live, just please make sure that you've stopped the stream so we don't get that echo there, right? I think that's what he was looking for.
Gotcha. I used to do that all the time too.
I know. So George, just give us a thumbs up when you're ready, and we'll get the camera on you. Yeah, he's going through all his notes.
That's good. That's good.
Go on, George. We're waiting for you. Give us a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay, so we have a Myrna. This different. All right, he's ready. I think he's ready before we get him in really quick. We have an Invictus Cross here. This is Chill 7 Myrna. a cross up and 3.65 bars.
Ooh.
All right, this should be interesting. Okay, let's get back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome George. How you
What's
doing,
good,
George?
guys?
How you doing, George?
What's up? Good, man. This is awesome to see you guys.
Yeah, it's good to see you
Online.
too, man.
Yeah,
And
awesome to have you here.
yeah, man. How was that? How was the burrito? It was good.
Oh
Burrito?
man, yeah, that burrito. Oh,
I was
I'm
gonna
really
dump.
hoping to turn into like a real life Baby Alive, so I can make sure that the market just dumps. And anybody remember that doll from the '80s? I don't know if they still make that doll, but anyways, but yeah, that burrito is delicious. Hopefully, it just runs through me and the spy dips. All right, so George, all right, let's talk about a play, man.
All right. So this week, day before yesterday, I made $800. Yesterday made $800. Today, I came out positive, 154. I'm just gonna say the market was shit. It looked shit. So like, I think my biggest accomplishment today was just walking the fuck away. That was it. When I got to the point where I didn't feel comfortable anymore. But I will say if you got on the Lucid or the Neo, and that was one of my winners was Lucid. I made $300. I think on the rise up because then it did the exact what goes up must come down.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
from the morning. Everybody was getting it to the upside, and I was like, I don't know about this one.
Yeah. But the one loser, well, I had two losers. I had a Baba that I ended up negative $2 with, but I'm lucky because I was sitting way more negative. So it kind of, came back to even and let me exit the position so I could end my day positive. But I did everything right. Like Neo, the one I lost on, negative $210. I think I just entered at the wrong time because if you look at Neo, and I played a put, it's been going down all day, right?
Let's bring her up here.
Let's see exactly what time.
Yeah, I'm guessing you got wicked, or it's that point where it starts coming above the 13.
So I bought, according to my schedule, I bought it 11:03. The put. I'm trying to pull up my chart.
All right, what time did you buy it?
11:03. That's what my Webull is saying. So at 11:03, let's see what's happening on the 1 minute.
I don't know how. Hold on.
Okay.
So you were playing this on the 1 minute, and that's why you bought it at 11:03.
Yeah, okay. This one was crazy. Let me tell you, I'm pretty sure I bought this in the money. And like, even though it kept going down, it would go positive 50 and then it would go back to break even. And then like the price action will go even lower. And it kept playing these fucking games like Theta was acting crazy.
Wait. Do you have 0-day expiration? Is
Were you
that
playing
today?
0
No,
day?
no. I play at least 7 days. Always.
So then that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it might have been your fill. You might have gotten a really bad fill on it because that one.
That could be. I always try to get the mid price. I play in the money. Maybe this one I did out the money, but one strike. I never do anything crazy.
Are you in the Eastern time zone?
Yeah, I'm DMB area. I'm East Coast.
Huh. That's a weird one. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one because that one looks like I could see maybe coming back up as it comes in rims the 13. You could be down a little bit because you're entering at about 2080. Like even if you get the bottom of this candle 2077 and it comes up to the height of 2084.
Right.
So it's not that much. So I mean, the only time, can you check the expiration on it?
It was acting weird. Like I've never seen a stock act like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get out. I had my positive Lucid play, and then I tried to play Baba later because it had broken down a level of 4-hour resistance.
Yeah.
But then it was just going sideways. Like, how the SPY has just been going sideways. So,
all right. So are we playing Baba on the 1 or the 5? I have to chart up. What are we looking at?
I mean, I just play it when I see it break resistance, start to break resistance with a follow-up candle on the 5, but I'm always looking at the 1 minute too. Like I look at both like a hawk. That's just how I feel the most comfortable doing things. And the time that I bought that Baba put was at 12:27, and I got out at 106, and I got out at break even. So I'm sitting there for like more than 30 minutes just sweating when it's
flatlining. Yeah. I mean, so what are you using as a stop on, like, what percentage? Are you using EMAs to stop you out, or are you using like
I mean, sometimes either or. Like I'll never ever go to 10%. Like you know, I think 5% is usually my max.
Okay.
And if you know, I like kind of your strategy where if you really see the candle start going the opposite side of the 13 EMA, you know, you might say, okay, this is probably reversing, so let's just get out. But the thing with Baba was, you know, I entered and then it went up, and then, you know, it was just sideways because the SPY was doing the sideways bullshit. And then it came back down finally. And, you know, I was so stressed out, and I got back to break even. I'm like, you know what? I'm positive. I'm going to leave a positive day. I just got out at break even. Now, had I kept staying in there, it would have kept going down even more. And I think it broke down below a daily resistance level.
Okay. So I actually want to highlight something here, the level here. So you're saying you exited your position at about breaking even. So I'm assuming it's right around here, just before this level of support, right? So if you could give me an exit timestamp.
Yeah. Yep, right where your mouse is, that looks about right. 106, 107. Yeah. Okay. Now you see how it came back down. Now I'm break even, but then it kept going sideways with a couple green candles. I was just happy to get out break even. But if I had stayed through that, more of that sideways action, you see now it breaks down again.
Yeah. So you're playing on the 1 minute. So you really have to be just very, very precise with your indicators here. So I think what was happening here was you were playing price action as opposed to playing RSI. And RSI had a clean break, and you were getting separation between its moving average. And what you also see here is you got some solid red here on the histogram as the MACD and the signal line break through the neutral line. But then you got the ADX. Now, the ADX, you could see while it was moving sideways, the ADX was building strength, right? That's the thing with the 1 minute. You have to. You're probably really just you're sniping this, and you're probably playing price action more than you are playing the actual momentum in the play, and that's why we tend to like hang out on the 5 minute, but use the 1 minute to guide our 5 minute thesis. So, STV, does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think another thing that I want to highlight here is your risk management is really good.
Is really
really good. Like when you think about, so you were saying that you're getting next week expiration, check mark right there. That's great. Your entries look to be pretty solid. And the other thing is that I think something that not a lot of people do, and it's something that we were talking about yesterday, is that if you see a trade start to go against you and then it starts to come back to break even, a lot of people are going to say, well, here we go. It's going to start to go into the green. But what you did is say, okay, well, this trade just showed me it could go against me. Now I'm back and have whatever I put into it. Might as well take that off the table. I already have a green day. Let's burn it and kill it for the day. Yeah. That's a really, really good like mindset to have, because it allows you to cut your losses quick and let your winners ride. Like you said, on the days that you made like $800, I'm guessing that you're just riding out the 13, looking where everything is going and following the trend. Right. But if the trade starts to go against you, you're like, fuck it. Why do it? Which is a really, really good thing to have. And I think that's going to take you very far too, because that takes time to develop, and coming in and being like, yeah, exact. It's an emotional mental game of thinking like,
You
Okay.
don't even
Well,
want to know the losers that I had to take to get to that point.
yeah.
Yeah, I got my ass beat so many times until I learned it. But yeah, definitely, you say 10% is the maximum stop loss. And I used to do that, but I got to the point where, like you said, even I mean, the more you do this, the more you can tell that something's going to reverse. It's not worth it to wait till you get to that 10% stop
Mhm,
loss max
mhm.
sometimes. I think that you get to identify what's happening on the chart the more you do this. And this is just my first like couple of months ever. So yeah, and I got my sister-in-law to do this just recently. She was on the stream yesterday. So I got her into this.
Oh, yeah.
Kunlabi, yeah.
That's
I
awesome,
like
man. I mean,
Okay.
I think
yeah.
if you continue doing what you're doing, of like you're gonna have losers. It's a part of the game.
Yeah, of course.
As long as your winners are gonna overcome the losing trades that you have. I mean, that's the way we compound. We stack up those small wins and we're good to go.
Right.
Every once in a while, you might hit a lucid like today, and everything goes crazy. The stars align, you hit a dirty trade. But at the end of the day, those small gains and being able to cut those losses quick is awesome. And the risk management skills that you have right now, are great.
Yeah, thank you. I like what you really told Kunlavi yesterday, and this was another lesson that I learned because when the first week I started doing this, I don't know if you remember, there was a couple days where Spy just and Baba too. Baba went to hell, like, and it just
Mhm.
kept going and going. And I made like $1,000, and I had just started trading. So when you told my sister-in-law yesterday, you know, just because the Spy has dumped like that, and everyone got to celebrate and make their money, does not mean it's going to repeat that. It has no obligation the next day.
Mhm.
And I think that's one thing that beginners should be aware of, because this is all brand new to us. So yeah, just because something happens one day and it's amazing, it has no obligation to repeat. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's there's a phrase. It's like past results do not like indicate future performance.
right.
It's like a very
Yes.
common phrase that is said in like the financial world. That's like just because something's happened in the past, there's no guarantee that it's going to happen again.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow. Well, George, thanks for jumping on. We
Yeah, man.
appreciate you, man. Yeah, we'll
Appreciate you
see.
guys. You guys are
We'll see you in the
awesome.
Discord.
Huh? Geo, I88I. Yeah, that's my name
Uh,
in the
Oh
Discord.
yeah, I see you in all the
Oh,
streams and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, that's you, Gio. Got it. Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna start trolling you now.
Yeah. All right.
We'll have fun
Sounds
doing
good.
that. All right, brother. You make it a
All
great
right.
day. Thanks for jumping on.
All
See
right,
you,
guys.
man.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
hopping
much.
in.
Yeah,
Take it
thank you
easy.
guys so much.
No
Appreciate it.
problem. No problem. Thank you. Peace. All right,
Damn,
so
that
we
risk
got
management is solid.
next in line. We have Ken, and we have what do we have? We have Boggy. Is that Boggy? All right, I don't see cams on them. So if you don't have a cam, guys, you can't come on.
Yeah, guys, make sure you
Just
get your
rules are
camera set up.
rules.
There's a little setting in there that you guys will be able to set up once you guys hop in, and then it sets up your
Oh,
mic and stuff
oh,
too.
oh! He does have a camera. He was just hiding there. It's Ken. All right, we'll get Ken on here.
Listen, everybody, man.
Oh, what's going on, brother?
How you doing,
Not
Ken?
much. I'm just on to listen to everybody and see what's going on. See if I can learn some more. I'm
Nice.
getting my ass beat on the emotional ride. I all too often I posted this earlier on with you, Vix, that when I said rules, and you read that, but I keep getting the impulse buy and going after the runner, and and then I don't get out, and then I'm hoping it comes back, and just all the things that the beginner does that you guys who are seasoned with it don't have that emotion to jump into those plays. And it seems like one thing that Motto or somebody said was to get more time, and I think that's a big thing that I need to start doing is just getting more time instead of doing weekly contracts. Getting 1 or 2 weeks out. I know for me, it's like, man, if I hit it, it's great. I can hit 30, 40, 50%, and those feel good, but I need to slow it down. Like you say it all the time, Vic, so, like, slow it down and go after those 5, 10, 15 percenters. And I mean, because I've had weeks where it's like, dude, I hit 5,000, 2,000 on days, and then the next day it's 3,000 lost, 2,000 lost because I'm chasing, and I start to get antsy and stuff. So I don't think there's anything you guys can help with that other than just I keep hearing you guys reinforce follow the rules, follow the rules, follow the rules. So
I think so this is probably a good example of more time and swinging for those base hits. I think the last time that I hit a 750% play might have been 4 or 5 months ago. Long time ago. Because I'm not aiming for them, and they don't come very often. But think about that. If I'm aiming for trades at that height in terms of the percentage return, I'm taking on so much risk that it doesn't make any sense, and they're not consistent. So imagine that every single one of my trades from 4 months ago, let's just say, up until now, was me aiming for that 750, and I had 0 of them. So I had 2 and 4. Like, you have to think about, okay, what is going to be the consistent way to do this? I can probably tell you like 4 trades every single day. That's like, 10%, 10%, 10%. And it stacks you up in getting you on that compounding. Like if you were making 3,000 or 5,000 a day, that's great. And it feels awesome. But if you can then scale that down and get more time and make 300, 500, 800 consistently by following the rules and getting more time, that's going to benefit you a lot more than the feeling that you get short-lived, like the short-lived feeling that you get from hitting that giant gain.
Okay. We also have to ask the question. I know. It's a personal question, but you also have to look at your portfolio size, and you have to be honest with your portfolio size versus, the expectations of gains, right? So, like for instance, with a portfolio size of 100,000, let's say $1 million, and you throw 100,000 into a play, a 3% move is $3,000. That's just 3%, right? So again, we have to focus on the percentages, not the dollar amounts. I think that's number one. Okay. We also have to, again, be honest with ourselves as far as like portfolio size. So as I understand it, most day traders with between 25 and 50,000 in their portfolio, their goal is to make 500 a day. That's usually the goal, right? But it takes a really, really exceptional trader to do 500 a day consistently with, let's say, a $5,000 portfolio. You see, because you're literally you're expecting a 10% return each and every day. Whereas the guy with the $100,000 portfolio, all he needs is a 1% each and every day, and he's still outperforming you. Right. So it's really just managing your risks and then going ahead and being honest with your portfolio and your expectations on your portfolio. Right. Now, again, none of our business. It's private information on your portfolio size. But if you are doing $3,000 gains and then losses, I'm really hoping it's with something of at least 100 to 200,000. Otherwise, you're going to go broke very, very quick.
No, it's just like the days that I would make $5,000 or $3,000. It was an $800 win, $1,000 win. I mean, it was quick wins that added up real fast. And then I was like, okay, let me stop. And it was just really good days. And then the ones that where I lost a lot, I mean, I was playing with about $10,000, but doing a lot of trades. The ones I lost a lot, I didn't get out of them. I stayed in the trade way too long. Like I was just like, you know, that hopium, like you're hoping it comes back around, and you're like, you see, you think like, oh, it's a good trade. I should be in this, and then when it turns, and you're like, oh shit, I but everything told me this should be good, and it's like instead of just getting it out, like, and that's cost me. I keep a log of my trades every day, and every time I go down and I put in on the side, like, oh, this was an impulse, or this was I didn't get out, or whatever. Every single time, whenever I add up all the losses, it's all either impulse or I didn't get out soon enough, and held on too long.
All right. You know how like we go ahead and we play on, let's say, the 5 minute, versus the one, right? Or maybe we say that if you trade on the daily, right, the move is much stronger, right? And so therefore much more accurate, right? Um, I think that that's the way you all should start looking at your P&L. Where I think if you're looking at your daily P&L, I feel like that's very microscopic. I feel like you should open it up a little bit and see how you are faring against the market week after week. I think at the end of the day, like that's probably going to get you a more realistic, I guess, data point to your performance. One day up and one day down. One day up, one day down. Probably doesn't give you uh, any type of realistic data to your performance. But on a longer time frame, you could say like, well, okay, I'm up 5% this week. I'm up 25% over the month. And I think you focus on that. You focus on your percentages and your gains over time, and I think you'll be okay. The fact that you're acknowledging, maybe your mistakes or on the days that you didn't perform well, um, I think you're headed in the right direction, right? I think you are, but I also think that um, get your expectations in check and stop talking in dollars, but talk in percents. There's a reason why I don't show dollar amounts in what I make, right? Because I mean I don't want to desensitize anybody, and I play in percentages. Now if I show you I got a 7% win, the 7% win, $7,000, $14,000, but it's a much larger portfolio, right? But I don't really care about that money. I care about winning. I care about the winning percentage, right?
Mhm.
And so yeah, I think just stay away from dollars and stay on percents. STP, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think the impulse, the like buying is something's running or and trying to chase stuff is an emotional thing that you have to figure out for yourself. Everybody will get there. You're gonna make the mistake of getting slapped in the face by chasing something to the upside or the downside as it reverses, especially if you don't have enough time. But what you have to think about is you want to build good habits now. So when you're about to enter that trade, you almost have to think to yourself, is this like, does this fit the strategy that I am trading? Does it fit the system that I am using? If it doesn't, then the trade doesn't make sense. So then
Right.
you
It
wouldn't
doesn't.
take the
It
trade.
doesn't. But if you're going to chase something, okay. So now the next question is, whatever you're chasing, is the cross happening before your eyes? Because that's why we have that very, very, very simple rule, and we talk about it. Make sure the cross happens before your eyes,
Mhm.
right? And it'll keep you out of those type of plays which cause emotional damage, and you will see that your performance will increase dramatically. You
Okay.
know, yeah.
So really try and focus on building those good habits now because I mean think about it like this. If your account size right now was 10 or 100 times what it currently is, let's just
Would you
multiply it
trust
out.
yourself with it?
Would
Would you
you
trust
exactly
yourself
would you
with it?
trade the same way? You
Probably not.
probably wouldn't. Like
No.
if you scale it up and you're like, okay, well if I was now trading with $1 million and I was putting 10% of my portfolio in this trade, would I put 100 grand on a 0 day or a weekly? The answer is probably no. So if you think about it in that way, it builds you the good habits now to then say, okay, once I'm able to scale up here by stacking up those wins, you'll have the good habits so that you don't shoot your account up to some crazy high number and then you trade the same way and it blows up in your face and you come right back down.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Okay, well, I appreciate it, guys, and thank you very much.
Yeah,
Hey,
anytime,
no
Ken. You have
problem.
any more questions, just let us know. We're always here to help.
All right,
Absolutely. Thank you.
thank you.
Let's see. Great. That was our two. It's currently 2:34. Mindchain. I love what Mindchain just said. Keep the volatility in your P&L low.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, that's something you would say.
Yeah, it is. I would say something like that.
Oh wait.
Make
So-
your
so
make your trading
can-
account like a bond portfolio. It doesn't move. Just tick, tick,
Yeah.
tick, tick, tick. Let's see. Do we have any other people in line?
Well, I'm hoping maybe one more person jumps in, but we fulfilled our time here at 30 minutes. Currently 31 minutes into this. SPY looking like it wants to run.
That's what we were
Well,
saying.
this is actually interesting. We talked about this.
Yeah, the VWAP break. It's got two closing. So it has one closing candle above VWAP, a retest, and it's trying to break the recent high here.
It feels like a setup, but it is what it is.
I don't want to touch. I don't want to touch it. Where's Lucid right now? I want to see. I want to see.
You don't
I wanna
want to
make sure.
touch it. Yeah, he's like,
Oh.
I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. What time is it? It is 2:30, just shy of power hour, right? But yeah, probably, guys. It's Friday. I will say this. I hope SGB would agree with me on this. It's Friday. If you didn't make any trades today, good. You didn't make any trades today, which means you didn't risk anything.
Mhm.
The market didn't provide anything worth risking for the most part, aside from the Lucids and you know the Neos, and some crazy Tesla, right? But for the most part,
Tesla was a disaster today.
I think if you guys didn't play, good for you. You played it safe. By all means, please avoid playing anything after 3 o'clock or 3:30. It is Friday. Fridays are usually sell-off days. I mean,
It's
I'm
quad
waiting for the
witching
night.
too. You never know.
You never know, right? So you never know when the knife's going to get pulled, or you know when you end up catching a knife, um, and you never know if you're going to be baited into, you know, a run and then left holding the bag. So let's just play it safe today, right? Monday is another day.
Mhm.
Okay, your goal in life, and I know this sounds like sort of kind of ridiculous, maybe a little bit too ambitious, but your goal in life is to have your portfolio outlive you. Make it make sense. Because when you make it make sense, you start changing your game. Okay? You live another day, you get to play on Monday. But that's the whole point of what we're doing, right? Each and every day we compound make those gains. But make sure your portfolio outlives you. That won't happen if you're doing 1,000 here, then losing 1,000 there, and then there's just so much volatility, right? So just play it safe. Anything you want to add, SGV?
I think again, if you guys are up, burn it. Go do something fun, man. It's the weekend. We're here all week. We're gonna be back next week doing the one-on-ones, doing all this. I think you guys like this format. We like this format too. We like interacting with you guys. Yeah, we got the Fed coming in next week. It's gonna be another crazy week. Get ready. There's gonna be a lot of opportunity to make money, but again, you got to go in with very, very, very smart risk management and take trades that meet the setups that we're looking for.
Yes. Yes.
And quick gains, guys.
That's
You
all
don't
we
need
have,
to be
yeah.
fucking around.
That's it.
If you want to
That's
make
it,
something
yeah.
free, go for it. But
Make something free. Absolutely. But guys, just again, respect your portfolio. Like you're not going to get rich in a day. You're just not. All right. I don't care what those Wall Street those guys say over there. You're not going to get rich in a day, but you could be you could be humbled in a day for sure.
Mm-hmm.
STV, what's the most you ever lost in a day?
Ooh, I actually don't know. It's probably in the 5-figure range.
5-figure?
It depends on if it's a long-term account or a trading account. Trading account's probably like high 4 figures. Long-term account is probably higher.
Long-term account, I mean, that doesn't count because I mean, like,
Yeah, that
I
doesn't
think a
count. Yeah,
long-term
so I'd
account, I
say
think we've all
mid to
lost
high
probably
4.
like half of our long-term portfolio. Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean,
Go
it
back
hurts, you
up!
know, but it's long-term, right? And then we
Yeah.
fall back to that saying: make sure your portfolio, outlives you. I'm okay
Yeah.
with it, as long as you buy, stocks that are going to be around forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think my biggest loss, I've had it was many years ago. Well, actually, it was the second time I blew up my account. Yep, it was a high 5-figure, somewhere up there in a single
one.
day. Yeah,
tough
high
one.
5-figure. And I swear to myself, I'll never let that happen again. But then you go, you look at your long term account, you're like, how? You just
Make it stop! A to B, go back up!
and it's just like, okay, I'll look back at it in 5 years, right? I'm just not, stressing over it. But yeah, man, you see 5 million turn into 2, like that. I mean, just the other day, wasn't it something like $1.6 trillion was lost in the market just the other day?
Yeah, I think they went off like
1.6.
marketing. It was just erased, gone. Again, guys, just numbers on a screen. That's really what it is. When you can kind of detach yourself from a lot of it and just go into it thinking about percentages, it's just numbers on a screen.
One more time, what was that?
I said it's just numbers on a screen.
That's it. That's it. It's yeah. And that's another thing. Like, guys, all right. Before we go, this is actually a really good question, right? So, do you guys trade for income, or are you trading to buy things, or are you trading to build your port?
That is a good question.
Right, because like in my mind, especially when you have a small port, in my mind, I say to myself, why rush and take unnecessary risks with
No.
a portfolio if you don't intend to use the money anyways? If your game plan is to build your portfolio, then what's the rush? You're not going to take
I think
money
it's
out of it,
phases. I think it's
right?
phases. It's like you start building, then you get to the point where you could start taking out a little bit of money for income if you have a really good month. Then you get to the point where those smaller gains are income, serious
Got it.
income.
Got it.
I think it's phased. It's like you would start building, then you get up to a certain point where it's like, oh, you have a couple great months, take it out, buy something cool, and then you get to the point where it's like, now it's income.
Got it. So if you're trading for income, oh man, so you guys set yourself up for this. If you are trading for income, right? Why the fuck are you taking so much risk? Because that's totally opposite of what you are and who you are. After all, you already took the safe route and got a job. So you know what? If you took the safe route and got a job, then guess what? You treat your portfolio with the same safety that you treat your fucking job. You're already conditioned to be safe. What is the urgency? Now, I get it. There's some people who might be without a job. That's fine. Right. And then with that, you have a different level of urgency. Okay. But even with that, you know what your reasons, your purposes is. It's you're doing it for a better you in the future, not a better you right now, I think.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's what I think a lot of people miss. It's the power of compounding.
Yeah.
It snowballs. It's a snowballing effect. You just
Snowball
have to
effect.
start today. You can't, like, again, it's possible. This is the thing. It's possible to hit big gains in the market. However, it is not probable that you are going to be able to do it consistently.
Yeah.
So what is the most
Yeah.
probable, consistent thing that you can do? Stack up the small wins, get more time, slow it down, and put yourself in the best position where in 6 months, you'll look back and say, damn, I'm happy I didn't act like an asshole in the market and treat it like a casino.
Okay, so someone asked my thoughts on the spy before we go. I really don't have much thoughts. I'm actually kind of disappointed with the spy today. This is as flat as we've seen it. Actually, this has become a recurring theme with the spy, where we see very, very, very flat price action, right? STV and I, we talked about this before we went live, or maybe we even mentioned it live, but the spy looked like it was going to make a move. I said upside with the potential downside. STV said potential downside with potential upside, but I mean it's really, really same fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
The point
it's
is
the
that
same
we
thing.
weren't certain because it was just so flat. So
Yeah.
now what we're seeing is absolute certainty. This is not market exuberance. Nobody just like woke up and said like, "Yay, inflation's gone. Let's go buy it up." No, this is money being weaponized. So you have to go ahead and treat this as if you're getting attacked and someone's trying to fuck you over. And it's really that simple. So with that being said, I think the spy ends flat and or tries to trap you for Monday.
Yeah, we don't mean like it goes green. That's not what we mean. We mean like flat now. It's not going green. It's not running 4 bucks. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do much. I think it's gonna fuck around. I think what's gonna happen is you're probably gonna see some of these wild candles up and down, just wicking. As big money starts rolling over a lot of these options, futures contracts, any big derivatives that are expiring today, and it's just gonna screw around. Then we have the Fed next week, gonna be volatile. I mean, that's gonna be fun. When Powell opens his mouth, it's always a good time.
Powell opens his mouth. Powell puts.
Powell.
Powell.
I can't wait
Right.
for Powell. Oh, we're gonna be able to stream Powell.
Well, yes, that's right. Right, so we can like troll him the whole time, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, guys, make sure next week you tune in to the best stream on earth as we cover Powell, because he's going to get it. Actually, I'm going to start writing my content this weekend. I'm so excited. I get to roast somebody. All right, guys, we're signing out. Be safe this weekend. Enjoy some football, and don't drink too much.
What if I want to?
Oh, you. All right, listen. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You're young. Just don't get her knocked up.
Oh, thanks. I won't. Don't worry.
Because I ain't hoping you pay child support.
No, I won't. It'll just be. It won't be my problem. They're just gonna think it's theirs. He's gonna pop
No,
out. with all this
honestly,
hair.
when you get to a point where like starts feeling really, 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 really good, just think of like a midget with a very hairy asshole.
Jesus. All right. Thank you. Is that what you think about? Is this notes from you?
What was that?
Is that what you think about?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try it out.
Yeah, guys, the secret to lasting long with your woman is to kill your mind first. And then she thinks you're a fucking stud because you're going back for rounds 2 and 3. Is that like round 1 never happened? Because you're killing it in your mind. Just saying. We're alligators. Okay.
Okay. Alligators, fair enough. Fine. I don't know why you don't like alligators, but that's fine with me.
All right, guys, we're out. We're outie. Bye.